Hello.
Hello. Welcome to Life, Lust, and Lifestyle with
Lee and Cece.
as we got it going on today.
Yes.
You know what? As a couple, I always wonder, or should couples put together a year budget of what events they are going to attend and put it to the side and make it happen? You know? What's your thoughts on that? I mean, there's parties all the time. We'll talk about that another subject. But how do you
Well,
feel as a couple in the lifestyle? What should we do?
if you are an established couple in the lifestyle, when I say established, you've made up your mind this is what you're going to do,
Mm-hmm.
right? You should definitely have the discretionary income to be able to do the things you want to do. Okay.
Okay.
Everybody has a different level of discretionary because if you can do destinations, you're going to be planning that in advance.
Yeah,
If
definitely.
you're just doing local stuff, you know it's just only going to cost you $40 for the week, then yes, of course, put that in your budget.
Hey, gotta put it in your budget. Gotta have it in your budget.
But yeah, it's going to be subjective to whether you're a destination lifestyler or if you're just about that local weekly party lifestyler.
Okay. So with that being said, since you said destination, let's say if I wanted to plan two destination events for me and you,
Mm-hmm.
what are we talking? I mean, let's just
Probably
talk about
about $5,000
each
together.
together.
Yeah, I'd say
Okay.
about 2,500 a couple, depending on where you're going. If you're going to like a Hito in Jamaica, you might be like 5-6 grand a couple
To go there once?
to go there once.
OMG.
So you do want to be planning those months, not even weeks,
Months in
a
advance.
year in advance
Yeah.
at least.
You
know
do
what I'm
you do
saying?
see a lot of promoters of those
Again,
sort of
if
events
you have that discretionary income, you can make that decision on the fly.
on the fly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But a lot of times we do have to plan it. And you see promoters and stuff a lot of times will ask for deposits, which I think is the way to go.
Mhm.
If you're going to, that way you can budget it. So you say, okay, it's going to be $500 down, and then we're
Okay.
going to take $150 a month up until the time of the event. Now you know how you can budget.
Right.
If they take a payment plan, that's the best course of action for me personally.
Definitely.
But if you don't have that type of be able to budget, then just know, hey, I've got this amount of money that I want to spend. Let me see what I can get.
It can be to Mexico, it can be even across country.
Cross country.
It can be a takeover or something like that.
It could be a cabin trip or something
Got
like
you.
that. But they cost dough. I mean, my friend went to a cabin trip and spent $1,100 for the couple just to have a single room.
Okay. Was that all inclusive?
It was all inclusive. They
Mhm.
didn't have to leave the resort if they didn't want to. I mean, everything was there: the bar, the food, the activities.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And of course, the accommodation. So, $1,100 for a weekend isn't a bad spend.
But that was just for the weekend there. What about the transportation?
That was not included in the.
Okay, so that's where you're looking at another $400 per person on
Maybe,
a flight,
yes.
domestic flight, right?
Yeah.
You might get a good deal
Yeah.
somewhere, but let's just say 400 round trip per person.
There you go.
Okay, so that's eight. That's $2,000. Just like you said.
I mean, I always say lifestyle is for people with discretionary income. It is an expensive hobby.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
And most lifestyle
parties are, more. Well, the thing about it is, you go to a club, you're gonna spend way more. You're gonna pay to get in, and you're gonna pay for all your drinks and your food, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna get away with really spending less than $200 if you want to have a good time.
Okay.
If you go to a lifestyle event,
we haven't gone that yet. I'm still on the whole travel thing because again, it's about budgeting. As a lifestyle couple,
Mhm.
How often do we get out? How often do we want to get out? Where do we want to go? Where our friends going to be? Where we're going to meet people? Those are all things to consider when we're talking about lifestyle, right?
Mm-hmm.
So again, when we're talking about travel, for us, ideally, what would you like for us to do? It's 2026.
All right.
And if we had discretionary income, right? How many trips would you like to have made?
In a year?
Yeah.
How many in a year?
Yeah, how many would like to have done or would like to do?
Well, I mean, if I'm being transparent, they wouldn't all be lifestyle trips. If I'm being transparent.
Well, I'm talking about lifestyle trips. How many
Okay.
lifestyle trips? That's what we talking about. Boy, let me tell you, when you married to this
Well,
one,
you
she
know,
bring vanilla, chocolate, strawberry.
I'm talking about family trip,
No, I'm
couple
not.
trip.
Nope. Are we talking about family here? We talking about me and you,
Okay, so
your homie, and
if it
my
were a
brother
destination once a
too.
year, I think is a fair.
A fair situation between a couple. So maybe one internationally and one domestic.
Yeah, maybe.
I think that would work. You know what I'm saying? One of each.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're hitting a point where it's going to be about $5,000, 5 to 7,500 a year to just do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Got it. Got it. I mean, it's called lifestyle for a reason. You got to be able to afford
The
the
lifestyle.
lifestyle, right?
True that.
And
then besides just the travel and just the ticket to get in, you got your costumes for the events, because every event has a theme, right? So you
every
want to
day is
make
a
sure
theme.
you match the theme of the event. If it's a white party, you're gonna get a white outfit. If it's a purple party, you're gonna get a purple outfit, right?
If it's a silly hat day,
If it's a naughty elves, you're gonna get a naughty elf outfit. But you know, I mean, it's that's part of the budget.
Yeah.
I mean, that's even one of the things where I have to plan in advance, because you got to give it time to get here. Because sometimes when you order it takes time to get here.
So it's actually more than $500 to $7,500 in total if we did one trip internationally, one trip locally.
Yes, and even when you do an international trip, you're not even. It could be all inclusive, but you want to do things outside of the all inclusiveness, right? You want to go,
or you want to say
shopping, or
a couple extra days,
or you want to say, yeah,
okay,
you want to go dine outside of the resort.
All right. Well, so that means it's best to budget then, right?
It is best to budget.
So what we should be doing is really getting ready for 2027
or late 2026.
Right. Is what I'm trying to get at. I don't want to just jump on something in January.
Absolutely.
In 3 weeks if we really don't have the funds there. We should be really looking beyond that and kind of setting aside a couple $100 a month. That's just what that's for.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, because some of our new lifestyles don't understand that it takes money to be in this world.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, to participate, right?
Right.
I mean, we've had the fortunate opportunity to have guests that were coming from out of town and staying in hotels. That's an expense within itself, and our tickets are not the most economically priced.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so for them to come specifically to attend one of our events, it says volumes, but they planned it.
Right.
It really is about desire. What do you want to do? You're gonna make time and money and space for what you want.
It's definitely about what you want. You definitely do that.
I know that's me. I was like,
if you value what you want, you're gonna get it. Yeah. Right? No matter what the price is.
Yeah.
Right?
You pay for the experience. Most people pay for the experience.
Okay.
That they're willing to part with their dollars for an experience.
Right. Because it's like going to Magic Mountain or Disneyland or whatever. You're paying for the experience of being.
Is it worth your money?
Well, if you get on all the rides. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? You got to get on the ride in order to experience what you experience. But anyway.
That's a destination thing, but just think about just the local budget.
Right. So
how many times a week are you planning to spend doing your lifestyle?
I just speak about us. I mean, if we weren't promoting events, we probably got out maybe once a month. You know what I'm saying? On the average. Mm-hmm. So we'll put away $200, $300 for the night.
Yeah, but the thing with the parties, usually you just pay a fee and that's it. You don't pay once you're at the event. You're not buying alcohol. Usually you bring alcohol.
But I'm saying that's part of my budget as well. You know what I'm saying? Example, it's $100 for us to get into a Hidden Gems event, right? I'm gonna go buy me a nice whiskey, or I might get my Suavecito.
But budgeting is point, because even if like we only do our events once a month, and maybe you didn't have it this month, but if I can put $25 a week aside and do the next month. You know what I'm saying? That is part of budgeting, to do what you want to do.
Yeah, you got to get ahead of the game. Basically, if you're gonna say, okay, we're gonna take our first event 2 months from now, let's put away, $25 each, if possible, a week, and then we'll work on that, and that'll start our budget for being in the lifestyle You know, because again, you said we have to buy clothes, themes, toys, all the other things that come along with the lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. So I would tell folks to realistically put a budget together of what they're willing to spend, what they can afford to spend, and then see what events fit in that category. You know, because some events might be a lot more. You might not be able to afford that. You might have to save up.
Well, find the events you want to attend. That's what I say. And and if it's realistic, like if there's a trip in July, and if there's a payment plan, you know what I'm saying? Hey, if it's something you realistically can do, jump in right then. If you wait too late, you can be like, okay, I really want to go, but now I waited too late. Now I got to put in the whole amount instead of breaking it up over my pay periods. You know what I'm saying?
True that.
So it's just like if you see that opportunity, take advantage of it. And I feel like I feel the same way. If I see an opportunity and I have like, oh, it's going to be $500 down per couple, let me get that $500 down because now I know I have time. It's something to look forward to.
Right. Definitely got space, time, and opportunity to be able to get it together. And, again, being in tune with the promoters as well, you know what I'm saying? Be able to contact them, making sure that everything is on point because there's also been some issues with, you plan these events and then they cancel. You know what I'm saying? What's the refund policy?
Right.
What's this, that, and whatever? You got to take that into consideration as well. And those are things that you need to ask
Well,
most
front. Don't have a refund policy. I'll be honest.
Well, if they cancel, they have to have the refund policy.
True.
But if you decide not to go, then most of the events are non-refundable because again, they're taking your money and putting it within the budget to showcase what they're doing or pay for their facilities based on the amount of people coming.
Right.
So that's totally understood. So budgeting is definitely something important. I definitely would push any and everybody to put something together. Once we get on the road, that's what we're doing. We're trying to find out what our budget's going to be, right? On what parties that we're going to attend or go to in the near future.
Well, can we talk about the promoter budget as well, or because I feel that we might budget a certain amount because of an experience we want to present to our guests, right?
Okay.
So we think, oh, we need this. We need a DJ. It's gonna cost this amount of money. This is the menu we want. This is for how many people are we gonna? It's hard for us to budget really unless we have those people who have pre-planned as well to be there.
Right, because we ask people to pre-plan. We normally put out our flyer at least 8 weeks out, 8 to 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, right?
We do a pretty good job.
We do a good job, but as people are people, they always wait to what?
The
last minute, right? And so we're never always prepared. We've been over prepared and had short numbers, and we've actually had more people show up than we were prepared for.
Correct.
At one point in time, and it was more alcohol was the issue.
And water.
Water. Yeah, water was the key that
Ran
night.
Out of water.
Yeah, it was in the middle of the summertime, air conditioning busted up and everything, right? Life be lifing, right? Life be lifing for sure. But yeah, you got to take into consideration, what the promoters are putting together.
Even Ubers, like if you have to take an Uber to an event because you're gonna be drinking.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Or you don't come with somebody who's a designated driver. That's another expense. Ubers can be expensive.
Yeah, or you got to pay extra money to stay at the facility.
If they offer
that. If they offer that, right? So those are things you got to take into consideration. You definitely, Uber, you might need some party favors.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to put that in your budget. There's a lot of things that come by then just showing up at the door. You know what I'm saying?
Put condoms in your budget.
Oh, please do. Got to put the condom budget in there. Got to put that in your budget.
Buy the multi-pack if you plan on playing frequently.
Yeah.
Because it's a shame how many people don't come prepared with that at the minimum.
You come to a play party and ain't prepared to play. Don't make no sense. But that's part of your budget. So, man, we hit some things I wasn't even thinking about, I guess they wouldn't think about it either, right? Condom budget, Uber budget, just in case, or Uber Lyft, because we don't either one, right? Hotel, if that's the case, if you're traveling. Gas, we didn't talk about that. If you're going to drive, you got to put together a budget for gas. Rent a car, if you got to rent a car. Yeah, it's more to the lifestyle than just showing up. You definitely got to have your stuff together.
Yeah, and then even if you go destination again, like even when people come to Atlanta, their plan is to be here for our party. But if they're here for a couple of days, we know they're gonna want to go out and eat or go see another venue or
Go shopping.
at the end of the day, you'll be like, "Dang, I just spent $200 today. What'd I do?"
Or $2,000 if you shopping at the right spots, right?
That's shopping.
I know that is shopping.
I'm talking about just eating and drinking.
Right. But those are some of the things that we're taking into consideration. That's why we're working on this as a resort situation, so that it's all inclusive.
Right.
It goes back into our couples retreat, stuff like that, right? Which is all inclusive, and we try to make it easy for our clientele.
Well, those who actually are in the lifestyle and have been lifestyling, they know what they do. They have their set trips that they're going to take. They usually plan at least a year in advance. Flea already knows. He's like, look, they already got their itineraries out for a week. Hurry up, get yours going. Let's get ours out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I be pushing.
Because it is a competition when it comes to those type of things. But, I know I have several Ellis friends that are always on the go, always planning a trip, always going to this party, this takeover, this hotel, whatever. That they've been doing it and they've been planning it, and that's the only way that you can really make it happen like that.
Especially when you feel that your LS experience is not that great in your town, you're going to do a lot of traveling.
Yep.
Then
I think a lot of people I know do.
Yeah, and there's some people who don't play in their own town, but they play outside.
That is true.
So if they gonna play, they got to get out to play.
I know some people who buy that Frontier annual membership thing just to get the $30 tickets just because they travel so damn much. You know what I'm saying? Like,
definitely want to invest in something like that if you're gonna get out.
Yeah,
you definitely want to invest. Well, you know what? I'm all about the budgeting, so I'm hoping that we have a 2026 budget or even a 2027 budget. Man, 2026, 2027. That don't even sound right anymore. I want to go back to 19.
Yeah.
19, whatever, right? That had a better flow.
You thought.
No, when you got to 2020, it stopped. 2021, 2022. Anyway, let me go and get this clink so we can get up out of here.
Yes, sir.
All right, we gonna clink. Good night.
Good night.
Hello. Safe travels.
All right.
Roll.